Echo, echo,
Echo.
Dude, I've got tears in my eyes.
Trying to work out what the heck you're saying.
With your crown of trains.
A space pirate.
He does not believe.
Amazing.
Love that one. Love it.
It's a massive box.
Ha! This is my revenge.
Hold on. I was really hoping that Catan would be out of the top 10.
It's the Zat phone, mate. Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza? Let's put the Muppets in a fight with John McClane and see what happens.
Hello!
Hello!
Welcome. I believe we may be going live on the Airecon channel if Mark hasn't bought the wrong lead again as well. So, welcome Airecon viewers, welcome Zatu viewers. We are here with the weekly, whatever we call it, show. Just pop the new releases up at the bottom there. There's not many, I'm going to be honest. It's trim pickings.
It is trim pickings. Wow.
We haven't muted Andrew, so that's good. We are joined today by Mark Cooke. He is, if you're watching on Zatu, he's in the middle of us.
Sandwiched.
Now, Mark Cooke's new biography, From Caretaker to CEO, is available at all good branches of the works, and some branches are actually packaging it with a fidget spinner and a squishy poo on an extendable stick. So get yourself down to your works and check out from that. Yeah. So Mark, you have two roles that are relevant to us. You're a father and a human, not relevant, but you also founded Airecon, and you work for what is currently known as Hush Hush Projects, which brought out the game Fog of Love.
Yeah.
Have you got?
Right.
Have you got a an opening statement about any of those remarks?
It's all true. Yes.
Good.
And Aircon's coming soon. I guess that's relevant, right? 2 months. And Zatu are sponsoring Aircon, which is also relevant.
Which means, me and Andru will be there. We're going to do a giveaway. This is sort of a contest to win the opportunity to play a game with myself and Andrew at Airecon. I mean, why wouldn't you? And we have one drawing.
Can't be Catan though. Can't be
Catan. We've banned Catan because we both hate it.
Would it be the Rivals of Catan, the card game?
That's okay because it's shorter. I would play the new one, that spacey one. I'd play that.
Starfarers.
Whatever, yeah. Hey, Tom's here. As always, big fan. So we're just going to quickly mark what we do, because you've never watched us, we know, just as we never watch your absolute tripe. We're going to go through a couple of the new releases each. It's going to be quick, because there's not much to say. Then we'll talk to you about your split personality, and we'll do a little game of wavelength.
Excellent. Can I just say, Mark, though, one of my questions will feature you reviewing Airecon in a haiku. So,
So start working on that while you talk about the new releases.
Please do.
Right one.
That's a coincidence, because one of my questions will be about your work at Hush Hush Projects in the form of a German short story.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Brilliant. Get on with it.
It will be a very short story.
Okay, my first game is the colourful, and if you're watching on Zatu, which you should be, you'll see some artwork appearing over Mark Cooke right now. This is called Dungeon Degenerates, and Andrew, you love to comment on your artwork. Have you seen the artwork for this?
No, I've not.
It is what I would call trippy.
Oh, hold on. I did see the box art, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, like purples, pinks, yellows. That's what you get.
There we go.
It has got its own look for sure. Here we have one of the characters, and I was looking at this on BGG, and there are minis. I don't know if they're official minis, but there are minis that people have painted up in this colour scheme, and it's just
wow.
I commend the consistency for sure. But this is a 1-to-4 co-op game. What's interesting is it's not. It looks dungeon crawly. It looks like this colourful thing, but actually it's an open world sandbox, and you can stick together as a party, or you can all just go off and do your own thing. And they've kind of compared it to a RPG. Obviously, it has these dice here and loads of cards, loads of decks of cards. So your adventure kind of plays out through the cards. Just making sure Mark's not making rude faces behind there. Here's the kind of map, and in terms of artistic consistency in the world they've created, if this is your style of artwork, you're going to love this. This is out with a couple of new expansions for it as well. The main box set it's been on Kickstarter before, so this is the new edition at retail. It's £57.60, and where are they? The expansions are just a tad shy of £30. So I know this one has a cult following because it's always funded on Kickstarter. So if you're into that, there's more content for you.
Excellente. Good times. So cast your mind back, Nick, and I know it will be really easy for you because can you remember Britain's Got Talent when that Ukrainian team won by doing effectively shadow puppets? Can you remember that? Because I can remember you saying how much you wanted to do that yourself.
Yes.
And maybe we should one day do this show through the medium of shadow puppets. Well, yeah. The picture show is a new game that is coming out.
Woo!
Picture show is out, and it is that. So basically, you can get your Britain's Got Talent training in, and you have a screen, a light, and a whole load of different things, objects, and stuff like that. They're all flat, and you have to create a shadow story extravaganza for your loved ones, maybe some strangers, to try and guess what on earth is going on in your head and from the card. So this looks like a good family game. It is 2 to 8 players. Takes probably about 20 minutes or until you cannot take any more of the creative shadow puppetry going on.
I do know when my creative juices get flowing, there comes a point when everyone else wants to stop, but I just can't.
I've heard that. I've heard that, and for that reason, you can't go to the beach anymore. So, Zatu are yet to price that.
TBC, which in the business means to be priced.
Correct. So go check that out.
It seems like that would be a good way of just fobbing it off as a toy as well. You know, like your kid wants a posh puppet thing. Shadow puppets, they're the future. They're made of shadows. You know, that sort of thing. We have 2 new X-Wing expansions, and the reason I'm actually talking about X-Wing for once is not because there's nothing else to talk about. It's because they're slightly different. We have Never Tell Me the Odds Obstacles Pack, which, you've guessed it, is full of some new obstacles. Both packs, in fact, come with some environments which affect the way you play. Want to play in a minefield? Of course you do.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. You shouldn't have played in a minefield. So we have Never Tell Me the Odds, which is your obstacle packs. Then Fully Loaded Devices. Again, love FFG with their naming of expansions and rims. So you can take your fully loaded devices to the rim, which they've visited before many a time. And fully loaded devices, all your upgrade cards, all your stuff to add stuff on the ships. Rather than collecting them just with the packs, you get a load in there. So these, what I like is, I've been a casual observer of the X-Wing through the power of shadows, which are the future. And it's the kind of thing that I haven't got involved in, because I would spend all my money on it. But it seems like the last couple of expansions they brought in with a second wing, that campaign one and these sets of cards, are looking to add a bit more variety and play with it a little bit. And that's quite interesting. So there's a slightly different price. Never Tell Me the Odds is £10.49, and fully loaded devices is £11.44.
Good.
Good guess, Mark.
Good. I thought you were going to go off. I thought you were going to go off about your creative juices again with those fully loaded item things.
No,
Anywho,
they weren't flowing.
Good. I've got a discussion question for you both. Although Mark is, you can see he's got his concentrating face on because he's trying to work out a haiku.
I've done it. I've done that.
I've
done the haiku and the German short story.
Wow.
That's how I went from caretaker to CEO.
Is how I think the story's going to go. Ich bin Holz.
I think he's just going to go 9.
It's four sentences.
Wow.
That's why his face looked like this during the middle of our extremely entertaining talk.
About halfway through, I realised everyone on the aircon thing could still see me.
Brilliant. So here's my discussion.
Yes, go.
Venom, goodie or baddie? Discuss.
Not applicable.
Confused.
You're caught by a morality system that's not wide enough to contain the said character, Andrew. You're stuck in the old system of black and white, and in reality, things never work that way. Shadows, they're the future. Are they? Yes. They are.
Until the lights go out.
But does the light ever really go out? It does.
Does it?
But does it really? I mean, I think I've answered that so well. There's little that Mark could even say.
Yeah. Have you got any discussion comeback?
Well, his name is Venom, which isn't usually a good thing, so he's probably bad.
Right.
Or
unless you're trying to find an antidote, where you probably have to use the venom for the antidote.
Oh, you can't argue with science, can you, Cooke?
But maybe he's just both.
Maybe he's
an
just
anti-hero. Hero.
You'd be an Uncle Hero, you idiot. Oh, the jokes!
Yeah. Anyway, so
we're
Venom is a new expansion. It's a new expansion out for the Marvel Crisis Protocol. Good times. I've got a copy of that, and it's currently being painted by Aussie Phil of the Hairy Game Lords.
Nice.
And we will be reviewing it soon.
Stuck together.
It has. I was when I opened up the box, I was quite overwhelmed by the that minis didn't always come stuck together. What was that about? So,
I've seen some nice paintings of photos of this from Mr. Luke Pryor, who may be watching on either of the channels, and he was lamenting painting the Hulk because although it looks good what he's done, it's a lot of green, and it's a lot of non-textured green as his muscles ripple across his back, creating shadows.
Oh, so Venom,
Luke is here with me. And
is he?
He said,
with
bloody hell, that got deep. And then he said, Nick just went so far down in my opinion after that. Wow. I don't know how. Because I thought you were as low as you could go.
He likes it being shallow, and when I go deep, some people just tune out. It's beyond their pay grade. And by pay grade, I mean mental capacity. In Clace, he was still not catching that.
Great. Anyway, so Venom is the next expansion out. You can get it, that too. And it's 1831.
Oh, he was there. I had your back.
I'd already on it. 1831. It was a quick check before we came on.
There's another one, isn't there? There's a 2-packer.
There is.
29.43. Shuri and what's the other one called, Andrew? I mean, I wonder why you didn't choose to use this one. Yeah. Because Venom's pronounceable and okay.
I think I did quite well last week with the June names.
Yeah, you did well. And Tom Vassell, he massacres names all the time.
All the time, and they're just the names of his kids.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So that's it for new releases. Let's get this thing off the bottom. We can see we are indeed logoed up tonight. This mirrored effect really freaks me out. I don't know which way's up and down, left, right. No, not you. I don't even know. I've got no baseline for what your left or right is. It's when I move on. Like, to me, you're just going. I have no concept if you think that's left or right. What are you doing? So anyway, we've got Mark here messing things up. Mark,
left hand.
Because we're clever, we've split this up, and Andrew's going to talk to you about Airecon. I'll talk to you a bit about your remarkable career from caretaker to CEO. The book is at the works. Remember that. So you used to work for a charity.
I did.
And then you got a dream job, thanks to me, in the board game industry. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I was not necessarily looking to leave my job at CAP, which is a debt counselling charity who do lovely, lovely work. And we deal with a lot of people that got into X-Wing a bit too much. And they're like, what do I do? Sell your X-Wing collection. And they go, well, I can't do that. Can I just buy more X-Wing? No. But I was chatting to someone and they mentioned this job that was kind of around logistics and organization and all that kind of stuff that I like doing. So I just sent off a application. It was the closing deadline for it was actually the week of Airecon. So it was like I finished Airecon, then had to do a job application. And so it was all pretty crazy. But yeah, a Danish company, Hush Hush Projects. So they're most well known for Fog of Love, although they do also do 3 Fog of Love expansions. And other Fog of Love games coming soon. But yeah, over in Denmark, I flew over there for an interview and was offered it whilst I sat on the plane on the way back.
Wow.
I didn't have my phone on before we took off. I'm not a monster. No. And I started working for them in June due to some personal stuff. Yep.
In doing the board game.
Yeah. Doing the board game. It's called Dune Fog of Love. Fog of Dune.
That's surprising. Why would you go with that name?
Dune of Love.
But there's a sequel coming called Shadows of Love, isn't there? Because it's the future.
The future. Shadows are the future.
Just ignores it. Yeah, good.
But due to some personal circumstances of Jacob, who is the owner of the company, pretty soon after starting, in fact, 2 minutes into my first official day, they asked if I would mind taking over as CEO. So, I mean, it had always been, and I knew it from my interview that the plan was that it would be kind of a slow handover, and I would eventually go on to be running the show. But it just happened a bit quicker than we expected. So.
Well, some say it was 1 minute 50 seconds too long. So yeah, that's obviously quite a remarkable promotion. Not quite. I jest when I say from caretaker. Such a wag. But obviously, Fog of Love has been the big breakout hit. We joke about it, but the big breakout hit. People like me play it, even though we don't normally do these more RPG-like experiences. More kind of, and it's great. There is initially, and I did it with John, who runs Meeple Summit, which we call Mini Airecon, just to cash in on the free advertising. And there is an awkwardness initially of doing this kind of quite intimate, in a way, setting, and then there's kind of lots of laughs and lots of. I really like the way these scenarios work. But one of the things I said, I think in my review, was that the core system seems quite flexible. It reminds me a little bit of, we talk about Chronicles of Crime and the way they use the app, and we were like, this could go literally anywhere. Well, it's not an app, but the core system of Fog of Love, the way you're trying to balance these sometimes opposing traits with each other, does seem like it could go anywhere. So you have future plans?
Yeah. So there is another game coming in that uses a similar system. It's not exactly the same, so it's not as mechanical as Fog of Love. It doesn't have the kind of going up and down, but it's also more players. So at the minute 4, we think it could go up to 8.
Fog of Menage a Trois.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what.
That's 3 though.
Yeah.
Menage
a
Quatre.
Quatre Cinq. I don't even know if that's still a number. What's that?
480, is it?
Yes. That is exactly where I want my fog to end.
45?
Wow.
No idea.
45. just guess a number.
Yeah.
That's how my son does his maths.
That's good in maths, isn't it?
Yeah. So your head office is not in Leeds. Leeds.
No.
So you travel a lot to Europe?
Yeah. I probably, on average, it's probably every other week. Go for a day, maybe a night.
And obviously that's beneficial for you because one thing you like in board games is beer.
Yes.
How many beer-related board games have you got?
2. 3.
Oh, because you've got rid of some.
Yeah, most of them are not very good.
So
all the ones that Zatu sell are excellent. You should probably buy them.
Of course.
Oh, totally.
All the others are trash. No, Brewcrafters is the best one still. But it's quite hard to get. Homebrewers is good. That was the same people that did Brewcrafters, but it's shorter. And then I got a beer trivia one for Christmas.
Wow.
Was
that a non-gamer buying for you?
Yes. They were like, this seems like it's a beer board game. Mark,
you like games? You have this set of cards with random words written on them. Yeah. And you also, when we came to your house on a boiling hot evening, you also had a collection of games representing places you'd been.
Yeah.
I saw you put one of those up for sale.
I did.
That is, not morally true to your. Yeah. But it was Copenhagen. I got rid of that too, so I'll let you off.
Yeah, I quite liked it. I feel like it was probably a bit too late to the Polyomino party. And Baron Park's still better, and it's smaller.
Yes, that's exactly the problem I have with any game with Polyomino, all of those in. Even the Magnificent, that didn't go very well with me. And it was a bit heavier, but I was like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. I've got Baron Park. And ultimately, everything has been sacrificed to the altar of Baron Park. Simon Brass says, first he said double Harry Potter, but it's not tonight. Don't get excited. The first one of the month is the bestsellers, where double Harry Potter must have a few Horcruxes out there because it continues to live. In fact, I might order it. Double Real Ale. That would be a good one. Only you could win, I imagine, Mark. You have the different pints of different coloured ales.
Different shaped glasses, maybe.
Well, I'll let you finish this section of what we will call an interview with your German short story.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll hand over to Andrew.
Thanks.
Demand, der Spielemag ging zu Airecon. Sie hatten eine schöne Zeit. Sie haben Susanne Sheldon mit Trüffelpizza übergossen. Aber sie war cool damit. Dann gewann sie eine Menge Spiele bei der Wohltätigkeitsverlosung.
Disgusting and illegal in the majority of all countries.
Wow. I can't believe you dropped that. Oof. Wow.
Bit of a name dropping now.
Even my dog was shocked. Right then, over to me then for some Airecon review. Actione. for those people that haven't a clue what Airecon is, or the backstory, perhaps you could share with us the backstory before you come on to your haiku review.
Sure. So it started in 2015 when my wife was going away on a hen do, and now the rage is to go abroad, so she was away for a whole weekend. So I decided that I would run a mini convention in my house. It was a bit of a joke calling it a convention. It was basically just a games weekend at my house. But I wanted to try and make it as though it was a little convention. So I came up with a logo and a name and even a what do you call it? Like a catchphrase.
Okay. A tagline.
Slogan. That's what I mean. And we did posters. I had an event schedule, which I've still got.
Wow. What was the slogan?
On a whiteboard. There you go.
Wow, look at that. On a whiteboard, you've never wiped it off.
It doesn't even come off now.
Wow.
Well, I could get that off for you.
There you go. Airecon 2015.
So he knew. Following with your finger.
And then, we had a lot of fun. Just after that, or just before it, I think, we'd gone to UK Games Expo. I think it's my second or third time going to Games Expo, and I had such a fun time. And then we looked around for other things that were similar to it and couldn't really find anything at the time. And so we decided to start our own. And that was it. And so we did the first public one. So we've now renamed that one that was in my house Airecon 0. And then the first public one was April 2016. We had a couple in Bradford, and then we moved over to the Harrogate Convention Centre, where we have room to grow, was the idea. But yeah, it's
brilliant.
Called Airecon because it's named after the River Aire, which runs just past my house here.
Wonderful. What a romantic story that is.
Lovely.
It was compelling and rich. I appreciated it. Thank you.
Simon Brass has just commented, Nick has a mini convention in his house. I don't recall the name. That's because it's called Knobcon.
Great.
Because
Excellent.
I mainly game with knobs.
Fantastic. Great.
We've got a logo.
Well,
we haven't got a slogan yet. What was your slogan? I want to know.
Oh
yeah. What
it
was
it's cool. Airecon.
Right.
It's cool.
Okay.
Just would like to inform you all that my creative juices have just immediately stopped flowing.
Our new slogan is "It's like a big meeple summit."
Excellent.
Good.
I'm there. And your haiku, please. Your haiku review of Airecon.
Shall I do the counting of the syllables, or do you want to do that?
Yeah, do that. You do that.
Okay. The best convention in the world named after a river in Yorkshire.
Great. Very good. Very good. Wonderful.
Did you only learn about haikus because of James May's thing in Japan?
No, I didn't. I've been a fan of haikus for a while.
From birth.
And I thought, I could do some haiku reviews for Zatu, and then I realised how hard they were to write. So yeah, that might happen. It might not.
We don't want any.
Anyway, so Mark, this year I went to Airecon last year. It was my first. In fact, it was my first convention. I loved it.
Yay!
It was my first Airecon, but it was also my first gaming convention, and it was brilliant. Really enjoyed it. So, what can people expect? Because it's quite different, isn't it, to maybe some other conventions? What can people expect to cut?
Well, I guess the thing we are most known for is open gaming. We believe we have the largest open gaming area in Europe. We think no one's challenged us on it yet, and we keep saying it. We're just doing the Carlsberg thing. But we have traders, and we have lots of fun events. We're doing a huge charity giveaway event with your other split role, Nick, called Game Exposure, which is just ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen the prize list now. Is bonkers.
Is it more than last year? Because last year was stupid.
It's way more.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how much did you raise last year at the
It
charity?
was about $2,000 in about an hour, just over an hour. It was pretty good. It was a big, fun, exciting event, and we hope we're just going to smash it this year. And it's a pretty chilled out convention, I think, pretty relaxed. There'll be about 3,000 people there, but it'll still feel pretty easygoing. We do lots of things to try and help people get into games. We are launching something new this year. Well, we're not launching it. There's something called Roll Through It, which is a kind of a new charity starting up, and they are making Airecon their first convention, which we're really excited about. And so they provide a service if people are maybe slightly anxious or have various mental health issues, that you can go there. It's a place just to chill out. There'll be people there that you can maybe play a game with or just chat to, things like that, and just try and ease people in. So we like to do that kind of stuff. We have a big secondhand bring and buy thing going on. We have RPGs. We have got a Starship Simulator for the first time this year, which is very exciting. Being run by the team at One Free Elephant. So they're coming down from Scotland to do that. So there's a bunch of stuff.
Brilliant. And last year you had some big names there, didn't you, in the gaming world? Have you got any big names this year?
We've got a few, yeah. So we have Mandy Hutchinson and Suzanne Sheldon, that you might know from the Dice Tower. We've got Andrew Keel coming from Zatu and from the Hairy Game Lords. I think some of the other Hairy Game Lords might come.
They will be there.
Yeah, we've got Paula Deming.
They have to do all Pete's work, all Andrew's work.
all my written work, anyway.
Yeah, Paula Deming from Things Get Dicey. We've got the Brothers Murph coming over from This Game Is Broken, Dice Tower, and Twitch, and various other places. Matthew Jude is coming, also from.
Wow.
I really like their podcast, which isn't board game related. Death by Monsters.
Death by Monsters.
I don't often listen to podcasts, but I just did the Sherlock one, and that was. I find that one of the most fascinating ones so far, and they've talked about Bigfoot. So I basically think Bigfoot. Yeah, that's probably the safest one that probably exists after Shakespeare. Yeah. I think he exists.
The ones I like that they do is the more the conspiracy theory ones, like the Shakespeare one and the Alcatraz one, and the guy that jumped out of the plane. I've forgotten his name.
Just because Matthew's so gullible about everything, it's amazing. I never thought he would be that. I thought he'd just be this hardened cynic. He wears a hat indoors for Pete's sake, but no, he believes everything.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So there's quite an array of big names going. Good times. And so for those people that still haven't a clue when it is and how much it would cost them, please inform us.
Sure. So it is the 13th to the 15th of March. Although for the first time, we are opening the ticket desk on the Thursday, the 12th, if people want to just come and pick up their tickets, because you can get in early if you've pre-booked your ticket. You can get in at 9:30 rather than 10 a.m. and start playing games as early as you like. And it is an amount of money. I don't know. I don't have to buy them myself. I think it's £32 for the full event.
What a bargain that is.
Yeah.
A bargain. What is a bargain?
Yeah.
Exactly. And we like to try and make it so that once you're in, there's not too much to pay for. So there's free water fountains. Most of the events are free. There's a couple that have a small charge. We have a bunch of food trucks on site as well, and we ask all of them to offer some kind of meal deal, like £5-7 for a decent meal. So once you're in, there's not
food trucks.
Yeah, really good.
They are very good. Yeah,
they're like, this ain't no greasy Andrews. This is proper good pizzas. But
this is like,
maybe have some wet wipes, because the pizzas do have oil on. So
right.
Yeah.
I thought you were going somewhere else. The pizzas are that good?
That's great. I've got to say, I've been coming to Airecon for at least a couple of years. I think 3. I think I've done 3. I'm not sure. Maybe only 2, but I love it too. And we were there in the trade stall, in the trade area with Zatu. We're going to be demoing Sky Tear. That is the right one, isn't it? Sky Tear, God Tier.
Sky Tier?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's God Tier, Sky Tear.
Okay.
So Tom says avoid the McDonald's in Harrogate in the evening because we basically, when we went in there, into nice posh Harrogate, when we went in there to get our healthy quarter pounders, this lad run in who'd have his teeth punched out by another lad, while this rather drunk mid-20s lady was FaceTiming her mother through the whole thing and going, "Oh, poor kid. I've seen worse though." And I'm like, "He's right there, you Wally." And then the kid who'd done the punching came in and asked for a napkin to wipe the blood off his fist. Cool as you like.
Wow.
I was like, I aren't messing with him. I was thinking, shall I? But he was far too cool. I was like, there's no way. But apart from the McDonald's, there's plenty other places you can eat that don't have people coming in with blood pouring from their mouth. And it's just a great convention. Open later this year as well, the open game?
On the Saturday it is, yeah. Saturday we're open till 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
cool.
Game from, if you've bought your pre-book tickets, you can game from 9:30 in the morning until 1:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Excellent. I'm just going to rearrange us, put myself into the middle. Ask the quizmaster.
We're getting some beard love over on the Aircon page.
Well, I have to say, this is the most visible change that Andrew has had on me. Like, before I would say I casually approach the beard. Like, I would never have it this long, and if it got near this long, it would be trimmed down to stubble again. But I like the presence. But I now have a beard bib for trimming and catching the bits. Don't have any beard straighteners, though, do I, Andrew?
Well, it's not long enough yet for beard straighteners, but you'll get there. I got some for my birthday from my sister. So they're wonderful. It feels amazing, that heat in the morning. Wonderful.
I had to return the beard curlers I got him, though. That was the only thing. So this is wavelength. Look at this.
There it is.
Basically, what's going to happen, we're going to have Mark versus Andrew in seeing who is on the wavelength most with me. Probably no one. So what happens is, I'll spin this, then I'll reveal the shield, and I'll see that the wavelength that I'm aiming for is here. But what am I aiming between? Well, I have a little card here that tells us. On the one side is reasonable phobia, and on the other side is unreasonable phobia. So I will close this up, and then I will say a word to one of you. Let's say I'll say it to Andrew. So it's in the middle. So I have to say a phobia that's neither unreasonable nor reasonable, which is actually quite hard. So a phobia of doing the dishes. Then Andrew will say, put it somewhere in the middle. No, over there. Then Mark, after Andrew's decided, will take his little pencil and decide whether Andrew is too far, not far enough this way, whether it should be more this way or more this way, for a chance at a bonus point. Then we reveal the shield. Oh, Andrew, you did well. You got 4 points.
Brilliant.
Got it?
Kind of.
Yeah, right. You just have to place this. So let me...
Okay.
We won't do that one. We'll do underrated game, overrated game. So let me spin this in secret.
It makes more sense now.
Oh.
Great.
And then I'll just have a little peek, see what we're aiming for. Great. Sometimes it doesn't appear at all because there's 2 halves and you can get it right in the middle. Right. So, Andrew, for you first, I'm going to say that underrated game, overrated game. Okay. Let me say Castles of Burgundy.
Oh.
Where do you want the thing?
I would like it. Hold on. Back a bit.
That way.
Back a bit more.
Towards the middle.
There's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pencil time. I hope you're excited about your
Pencil
little pencil.
on the. You're right.
Here.
Yes.
This is my So you think it's going to be more this way? Now, the moment of truth. If I can pull the thing out with. Oh, I can. Oh! Perfect scoring for Andrew. Now, because Andrew went first, there is a rule that Mark does get 1 point, so you don't feel like a. So Andrew, 4 points. Well done.
Excellent.
Next card. Let's go for. This is for you, Mark. Small and tiny. Oh, this game has the potential for lots of mischief, doesn't it? Randomising. I don't know if you can tell I'm randomising. Right, let's go there. Ooh, it does click in.
Quite a loud randomizer.
Yeah, thanks. Okay.
But that keeps the neighbours up.
Okay. Small, tiny. Okay, let's go for. I assume you, like me, Mark, will be really up on your quantum physics. Okay, I'm going to go for dust mite.
Dust mite. So more to your left a bit. That.
Yeah.
No, the other way. No, the other way.
Oh, to my left. This way.
To your left. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. About there. Yes.
Okay. Andrew, do you want the pencil where it is, or do you want to move more onto the other side?
I would like to move back a little bit.
You can only have the pencil that way or this way.
Oh,
You think he's wrong one way or the other?
I'll go that way then.
That way?
Yeah.
No, that way.
No, that way. Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, let's see. Well, Andrew, you get a point there. We've worked together a long time. Yeah, I was just thinking like tiny, I would have gone submolecular, mate.
Yeah, but small is like a mouse. Compare a mouse
small
to
me
a
is an ant. You know.
Yeah.
I think
tiny
I'm right. I think you just cost me points.
Well, yeah, probably. Andrew, one for you. The worst, the best. And depending on where this ends up, we might be saying Nick's clues. Although Andrew got it, so, there is that.
Got it.
Mark.
Yeah, what was the card? Sorry, my dog was...
The worst and the best.
Okay.
So somewhere between sausages and good.
Wow.
Okay. So, the best, the worst. Beards.
Oh my days. Which way was the best again?
This way.
This way is the best. That's the best.
The absolute. Do you want to agree or disagree there?
No, absolute.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, wasn't quite the best. I left some room. Only a 3-pointer, Andrew, but you are on 8 points to Mark's frankly pathetic 2. Let's see if I can get you some points here. Person you could beat up. Person who'd beat you up.
Brilliant.
And I'll let you know once I've worked out where it is, if I'm talking about you, Mark, or me. Okay, the rare thing happened. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. We'll go for me, and we'll go with James Acaster. Good. I thought that was good. That'll give you some thinking.
I think Just slightly towards white of centre. A little bit more. Yeah.
Okay. Andrew, you want to...
I would agree with that.
So do you want to go a bit further or a bit less? A bit further.
No, I'll go. Yeah, there we go.
There.
No.
Okay, cool.
That's good.
The reveal. So Andrew technically does get a point, but you get the 3 because it's ever on the line. You give the more generous. I like it when games do that.
Oh,
so Andrew,
good.
You just need to get a point here.
Mhm.
Where was the other one I was going to do? No. Right. Pick one at random from the box. This is all done in the... Okay, yeah, we'll do that one. Vice or virtue? This is all done in the actual box, which is really clever. This is definitely one that my non-gaming friends would play and enjoy.
Must be a very tall box, though, to fit that dial in.
Comes off,
lays down
and lays flat.
Yeah, it's clever.
They've thought of it all.
They thought we know exactly what Mark Cooke's objection to this will be, and we will head it off at the pass. Okay, so we've got virtue over there, vice over here,
dice,
and who am I doing? I'm directing it to Andrew. So vice or virtue? Where was it? I can't remember. Okay, vice or virtue. Let's say offering your seat to someone who needs it.
Right.
Vice.
I will go up towards the middle then, please.
Where? There?
Yeah. Down a bit. There we go. Let's do that.
And Mark?
I'd go a bit more, unless you're not moving out of the seat when they sit down, and it's more like you can sit in my seat, and I'm going to stay here. And it's probably
It's not. It's not.
Right.
I'm not the seat. There's no creative juices in this one. Oh! The show must go on. Oh, excitingly now. This is exciting. You've got to 6, which means with a perfect score here, you could snatch victory from the jaws of the ape man.
Or it could be a draw, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, technically he gets 1, but we'll say the person who actually made the guess. You know.
It'd be a crisp.
All right, we're going to go for little known fact versus well known fact. I like the way I've given you all the easy one, Mark. Do you? Do you appreciate all these give-me's?
As long as it's something like the world is flat.
Okay. Little known fact? No. Well known fact. Little known fact. Okay.
So it's currently pointing at well known fact?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
When I was 7, I had my appendix removed.
I'd go
fact.
Almost all the way to little known fact, but not fully. Maybe like one zag. Yeah.
It basically depends if people have seen you naked or not.
Oh, go even further then.
And I have seen you naked.
So do you want to stick where you are with your pencil?
I want to go back.
What, to even littler known?
No. I think it's...
So that's right. The pencil's right.
The pencil is right.
It's a fairly well-known fact about me. I use it in a lot of anecdotes. Almost as many about my unfortunate testicular-related operations.
So I knew
that
that
would have been well known. Oh, okay. So Andrew does get the point. Oh yeah, anticlimax. Andrew wins. Andrew wins. Probably through processing. So this is the box that comes out. The pencil goes in the little box there. The heads go in there.
It's
The
nice.
cards go in there. And that.
Bish bash bosh.
It's good.
And look,
Yeah, it's nice. Nice
one
little.
of my bugbears. How is that well known, Luke Fryer? Because if you spent any amount of time with me, Luke, you will hear about my horrific appendix story.
I've spent time with you and I've never heard it.
Well,
although Clive
it's a direct
Weaver is saying
reflection on
everyone
my
knows
value
it.
of our friendship. Look, this rule book is not as big as the box. I can read that in the back. So, bonus.
Times.
Anyway, I didn't say it was well-known fact. I said it was slightly towards well-known from the middle. So, you know, I would say that 60% of the people I know at least know that I've had... Look, everyone knows now. It's going to be internet famous. Look. Oh, where is it? There.
Look at that.
Look at that. That is a beauty. Look at that. I wouldn't go down slides front first for ages.
Did you have it surgically removed, or did it, like, burst out like the alien thing?
Well, funnily enough, after I went home after the surgery, this was what, 1987? So, you know, real dark ages for medical practitioners. I went home as a 7-year-old, went to bed, scratched, and there was my intestines that had burst open. So I had to have the scar redone with butterfly stitches, which is why it's so deep. Medical. But yeah, I still have a phobia of going down slides on my front because of the burst. Like mentally, it's a real struggle for me because I feel like I don't want to get even to touch it like I just did. That's a relatively recent victory in my life.
Wow.
What a victory that
I
is.
would suggest not doing the going down on slides on your front competition that we're holding at Airecon.
You should have done that as the phobias.
Yeah, yes. Reasonable phobias. That does feel like a reasonable phobia given the history. However, you know, if you didn't know the history, it would seem unreasonable. And that's what I like about games like that. It's another one that plays into that. How well do I know these people, and what are they going to consider reasonable and well known, and what am I going to consider reasonable and well known? I was just thinking, you'd know I have a big mouth. So, are both your kids in bed?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
I've got to go sort mine out now. So on the appendices, see what I did there? Appendices. It's like at the back of a rule book. Bombshell. If you have any further questions about my appendix, about Mark's journey from caretaker to CEO, about Andrew's beard straighteners, then about my wife walking behind me really subtly.
It's like that BBC News thing.
Whack him in the comments. Yeah. Oh, my son snuck in as well, but he's shorter. In a minute, our childminder will run in and grab them both. Slip on the floor as she does and break all the bones in her back. Shadows, they're the future. Then stick them in the comments. We have decided the format of our play a game with Nick and Andrew contest. We are currently creating artworks. We're going to put a post up in the next couple of days with some catchphrase style drawings of a game, one game each. And not the first person, but one of the person who guesses the right thing, the right games, will get a chance to play a game with us at Airecon on either the Friday or the Saturday directly when the trade hall closes, which is 6 o'clock.
Yes.
I mean, the dog is going wild now as well.
I've said people are arriving.
Feels like a good time. Oh, you got a meeting as well, haven't you? Yeah, people are arriving here as well. Are you just alone, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go have my dinner.
On your own?
We're not very interesting.
No,
Is
with
the other
my
one
wife.
gone?
She's arrived back from Pilates.
Cool. Well, thank you, Mark, in all seriousness. Highly recommend that you make the effort to get to Airecon. Me and Andrew just said it's one of our favourite experiences of gaming. And I've now been to Essen, so...
Wow. Yeah.
We will be there. Check us out on our YouTube channel as well. We've got more content coming out there. We've got everything we normally do. And we will see you next week at the latest. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Farewell.